Greetings metal community, it's Roger back with a collection update of CDs. Yeah, this contains of two hauls, one from Chaos Records over in Mexico and one from Morbid Chapel in Poland. Been sitting in my inbox for way too long. Just have not been in the mood to shoot videos for it. Don't know why, because it's a lot of great music in it, but in the background, Vacuous Depths with Corporal Humiliation. I showed the tape a while back. I just had a couple of spins with that. I play this way more now, and this is a great album. It is the kind of a new wave of old school death metal, but these guys have a really great energy and drive in their music, which I kind of feel some of the bands are lacking. But this is a great album. If you haven't checked them out, do so and give them a couple of spins, because I don't know, it might be the sound of the CD is better than tape, so it kind of popped out a little bit more with the CD, but a lot of cool heavy riffs and just enough dirt in the production. The vocals are kind of perfectly balanced. It's not too kind of high in the mix as well. So and great organic drumming on it as well. So, but it has this cool energy in it. So I really like it. So yeah, great stuff. Then I picked up I don't know how many I picked up from the six albums from 6 albums, Evil. One of them was not from Chaos Records. This is a Awakening Records release from 2020. This is Scabbard from Czechia with the beginning of Extinction, originally released in 1996. And this album is kind of one of many that arrived a little bit too late. I think it was kind of death metal was a little bit dying in '96, and then moving forward, this sounds very much like early '90s with kind of a little bit thrash elements. I do get a lot kind of Load Blast France with their Sublime Dementia album in the kind of heaviness and the riff style, not similar to music, but I really enjoy this album, and this is also an album that gets better because when you first hear it, it's kind of just another old band that you haven't heard, but there was a lot of quality albums that I did miss out on. It's not top notch, but it's a very solid release, and one that I have enjoyed listening to. Then a new Finnish band, Azatoth, with Ruins of Humanity. This is out on Chaos Records. Finnish death metal. I feel they have, it's just a plain booklet. And a 3-piece from Finland. I do get a lot feeling of the early Demlik and Demigod on the both the guitar sound, but also the kind of riffing. They're not as technical as Demolic, but there are elements of that in here. So I do think they kind of play homage to that old Finnish death metal. But this is pretty good stuff, and go and check them out. I will link everything below as always if you want to go and check them out. So you have maybe already heard these bands. Then we have, if I can get that fucking booklet out of the... No. Apparition. This is the demo collection. The demos came out in 18 and 19 or something like that. They had a great album in 21 as well. Especially the... 2 first songs here, is the kind of the newest demo, is really good. Again, the new wave of old school death metal, heavy, chuggy riffs and this cavernous vocals. Just enough dirt in it, you know, to... Yeah, it's just an enjoyable riffage of an EP compilation of the 2 demos. But I really enjoy this one as well. It's of course short, so... But yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of you know of Apparition, so... An album I've seen several. Liam has at least shown this, Deconsecration, Crypt, Lurker. I was kind of waiting on the vinyl for this. I have to order it, but I don't know when it will arrive. But this is a great album. Again, US death metal, but very variated in kind of tempo, great riffing, great melody lines or melodic solos here and there. But overall a killer album, and the only thing I have to kind of, I would have liked the kick drums to be a little bit thicker in the sound. They are a little bit not clicky, but they should have had a little bit more power to them, or a little bit deeper sound to them. That would have made this perfect. Very well balanced production again, and you know, great drumming on it. As I said, a lot of variation. This is good quality death metal in my opinion, and if you haven't checked out Crypt, Lurker, or Deconsecration, Crypt, Lurker, go and do so. I do also think it's a killer cover with an evil face in the sky. But yeah, a great death metal album. Go and check it out. Then the last one from Chaos Record is the Sacrilegion, or Sacrilegion, from US, from Witch Nightmares Crawl. Kind of a black and death metal, especially on the vocal side. They do have some, or quite a lot of black and vocals. I would have preferred they have dropped the black and vocals, because the death vocal is better and it fits better the music. Yeah, a little bit uneven album. I do enjoy it, but there's not too many songs that pop out. But there is one song, third song, Tainting the Sky with Red, and that song has a lot of at the gates. I don't know if they have stole kind of the title from At the Gates, and but there are some vocal lines here and some riffs that are very mysteriously sounding like At the Gates. Don't know if it's kind of an homage to At the Gates or what, but the best song here is the Hollow Blue Eyes of Dormy at Twilight. That is a killer song. That is absolutely the best track, and that's a pop-out track. Very cool riffs on it, and great vocals. Overall, it's a great album, but it kind of lacks a little bit of the memorable stuff. But as I said, you know, the Hollow Blue Eyes song is a killer track, so that's kind of helping this album overall. But yeah, go and check them out if you want, and do check out the Hollowed Blue Eyes track, because that is absolute killer song. Yeah, then the Morbid Chapel Hall. I did, you know, they had some. It's 2 or 3 Morbid Chapel releases, and then some other stuff. I've shown this before, I played it in the background of another video. Very cool part of the skull there on the inside, and yeah, they have removed the plastic from the cranium this time. This album is a good step up from the previous one. I do like the first album, but this is really good death metal. Very variated. You get blasting, you get doomier parts, here. I mean, the first song has kind of a very cool technical, you know, it reminds me of Ripping Corpse, that weird stuff that Ripping Corpse did when they played kind of the leads. Yes, overall very good, and the kind of the drum sound here is. I don't like the snare drum that much. That could have been. It's a little bit clunky, but the drum sound in general, or the production of the drum here is very nice. It's have a very live feeling to it. There is no kind of normalization of the drum sound. So when he hits hard, you hear that he hits hard. When he hits weak, you hear that he hits weak. So very, very organic drum sound on this, which I really love. And the riffs are excellent. Not very clean production, but this type of music shouldn't have it. But yeah, killer album. I played this album a lot, and this is kind of a band that I don't see many people talk about. Maybe because of the first album was a little bit too long. This is 46 minutes. The first album might have been a little bit kind of dragging it out a little bit, but this is killer album. I mean, go and check it out. Then I picked up the two Necrotum releases. This one not very good, bad production. I mean, the songs are good, but the production is not worth a shit. Very unbalanced, tame. Drums sounds terrible. Sounds like a program drums. And yeah, it doesn't do the songs justice, and I really don't like this very much, I must admit. This is the newest one, called Undead Symbiosis. This is way better production on it. The songs are kind of the same vein as the previous album, but way better production on it. A little bit too brutal vocals for this type of death metal, I would say. But overall, it's a very enjoyable record. Not top notch, but it's a very good listen. But this one it's not worth the money for me, just because of the production. Go and buy this instead if you want to buy something from this band, because this is way better. Then I picked up Rapture. I think they're from Greece. Play more of a thrashier death metal. Pretty good band overall. I am missing one or two releases by them now, but just to fill out, this is just good, solid death thrash. There's nothing more to say about it, really, than that. It's quality, and I do like all their stuff. It's kind of a little bit like Ripper from Chile, if you know them, in a way. Kind of a little bit heavier Sepultura in that matter. Then we need to show a black metal release, again from Chile, out on, yeah, the label is so small, I can't read it. Oldeath from Chile with, yes, it will be in the description. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. Really cool cover. This album is pretty good. It's kind of if Darkthrone and Urgahal, kind of the more towards the Plague Wilder and Hatem, Darkthrone and the Urgahal stuff, with better production. But the production is not too good, if you know what I mean. So it's kind of this mid-paced, cool black metal. The drummer does a good job in kind of keeping the rhythm section, like there are some punky drums as well. You almost get a little bit of that black thrash as well at some parts, but overall this is primitive, you could say Scandinavian sounding black metal from the mid-90s, and they do a great job. I really enjoy this album, and look at these evil guys from Chile, again another Chilean band. So, but yeah, if you like your primitive old Norwegian black metal, go and check this out. I was very surprised by this. It's not top notch, but it was a kind of a nice change from the other black metal stuff that I have been listening to lately, which is more progressive stuff. Then I picked up this Draghkar EP. Again, this is not something you need to use your money on if you have a tight budget. I just threw it in there because this was the Draghkar I was missing in my collection. But yeah, compared to the new album, this is very mediocre, I would say. But cool for me to have it, so I'm a little bit of a completist, as you know, like to have it all. Yeah, that was long enough. Hope you enjoy this. Hope you will, hopefully you already know some of these bands, but yeah, go and check the links below and see if you can dig some of this stuff. There was a couple of really good albums in this stack, and most of them I really enjoyed. A couple of not so good, but that's how it goes. Didn't pay so much for the CDs anyway, so yeah. As always, thanks for watching and subscribing and commenting, and vi kjøst.